Welcome back to my channel. I am lucky enough to have made some really great friends in the pen world, so let's talk about everything Clare Coco sent to me. Let's start with the fact she sent far more than 5 of these. I've had this package in the house for about 10 days now, and I have probably had about 5 of these. These are the same little waffle things Applebaum sends in packages. If you've met Annabelle at a pen show, these are what she tends to have on her table at a pen show. They are so tasty, and it was so nice to open up a pen package and they're just to be a little sweet treat. I've absolutely adored them. These are what I knew were coming. I had been doing a sit-down show with Claire at the beginning of December. I will leave a link to it above. And I was talking about the 3 inks I couldn't get from Montblanc. I can count clearly. 3 inks. I have had Toffee Brown and Pop Pink on my list for ages. I've had them reserved with my sales associate. He's been trying to order them in. He couldn't get them in. Lo and behold, they're finally available to order in Canada again. Like 2 days after I got this package. But Jane Austen has been on my list as well, and I've been on the wait list for it at my boutique for when they get it restocked. And we were talking about this on the show, and all of a sudden, Claire's lovely husband Peter had placed an order somewhere and had ordered them all, and they were sending them to me, which was so amazingly fantastic, and they did not need to do that, but I am incredibly grateful. I knew these were coming, but Claire said, when the package arrives, you need to call me. And I did. And it became very clear when I saw the triangle box why I needed to call her. Claire is a big fan of Viscontis. I have never owned a Visconti in my life. I have tried a lot of Viscontis. I've tried Claire's Viscontis at pen shows, but I don't own one. They always sort of felt like they were going to be out of reach. They do have many, many lines of pens. I've interviewed Mark from Coles of London, who's the Visconti dealer in the USA. And this is a Visconti that is absolutely lovely. It is the Mirage in emerald green. This came out a couple years ago. I think it came out just before COVID began. And I absolutely adore it. It's got the magnetic closed lid. And it's just so lovely. So we're going to test out these inks. We're going to ink up this pen. We're also going to try out this paper. So this paper that Claire really likes, it's from Italy. This journal is so smooth, but she sent it in both a big notebook and a little one. So maybe we'll do today's writing samples on this paper. But for now, let's swatch out these inks up top because I've been waiting for these inks. These 2 specifically, I wanted to try now for over a year, and I really want to test them out. So let's try them. All right, we're going to start with Pop Pink. This is one of the old boxes that still has the ribbon. I think I've got 1 or 2 of these in my collection, but I adore the ribbon and the foam. They don't do this anymore, and I just love it. So let's take this out. Oh, so pretty. So this is a very pink. I do know that. Oh, it's so pretty. That's the thing with inks. Like when you're just looking at them online, it's sometimes hard to know exactly what you want. How do I label these? Okay. Pop Pink. $20.24. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so stunning. All right. Well, that's going in a pen. Don't know what pen, but I think that might be my new favorite pink. It's hard to find a good pink ink, but after seeing swatches of this one online, I was confident this was going to be my favorite pink ink, and it truly is. And honestly, pretty accurate. So Montblanc doesn't post swatches of their inks, but what they do say is that the box color, the cardboard will be accurate to the color of the ink. And for a good portion of my inks from them, I have found that to be true. Next up, we've got Toffee Brown. This is in a new box, which comes with a sticker and the cardboard and just a pull-out. So I dislike getting the cardboard off. Well, that one came off cleanly, the sticker. Let's get rid of that. I love these inks. I use them in all my vintage pens because they are vintage safe, they work really well, and they're just sort of my go-to ink these days is the Montblanc standard line of inks, just because they work. I know some people use Pilot Iroshizuku for testing pens. I tend to use Montblanc Midnight Blue if I've got a pen that I'm like not sure what's going on. Such a pretty brown. And it's hard to find a good brown. We went through this with the Navaler Desert, where I just couldn't find a brown I liked. I struggle with brown inks, mostly because I don't own them. So in the new boxes as well, it's a cardboard insert to hold the ink bottle instead of the foam. I did like the foam inserts in the box. I find that the cardboard ones do get a little bit crushed over time, but overall, I just love their packaging. And then finally we have Jane Austen. I've wanted this ink since it came out. I just wasn't fast enough to snag it when it first came out. It's so much fun. It is labeled as an umber. It is not. Depending on the paper you use it on, it can be everything from like a slate blue to a purple to a browny gray. So satisfying. Sometimes they don't come off that cleanly, but it's always satisfying when they do. The bottles are labeled. And look how purple that cap is, which is why people were confused that it was labeled a number, which is totally fair. Can't remember how it looks on MD paper. Oh, it's so purple. Oh, that's crazy. So that's what people are talking about. So it's labeled an umber, but depending on the paper you put it on, it's a totally different color. So here's Pelican paper. We're just going to use the back of this Pelican paper sheet. And I bet you it's going to look totally different. Is it? Or is it still going to be purple? Because I have seen papers that it is totally brown. But regalia. It's just going to be a purple ink for me. Oh, nope, we're going blue over here. This is such a fun ink. I feel like I need more papers. Let's take a little sheet out of this. Can I? Do you tear? You do tear. You don't tear nicely. I don't think you're meant to tear. What color do you go? This is the fun of ink. So now I need to figure out which paper it is that it goes brown on, because I have seen it go brown. But clearly, it's not any of these papers, and I clearly need to get a regalia notebook. Because, oh, we're going brownish over there. That's so much fun. All right. I don't know what pen you're going in, but you're going in something fun. You're going in something with a big nib as well. I want something that puts down a whole bunch of ink with you. I think that'll be far more fun than something that only puts down a little bit of ink. Yeah, so that one's, I think that's the brownest of all of them. I can't get over how slate blue it is on regalia, like that color difference. So we've got that, we've got that, we've got that, and then we've got it on endless where it's, I'd say the darkest purple, but it's not. Like this one at least sort of looks brownish. That's crazy. All right, well, that's fun. I do truly love ink. It's always an adventure. Then we have the Visconti. I can't believe this box is on my desk. I can't believe I've got a V box on my desk. I did freak out when I saw it in its package. Yes, it's a Mirage. Yes, Visconti makes a lot of far fancier pens. I care not. It's a Visconti. It's super cool. And let's take a peek. So, here we go. It is the emerald green Mirage with a medium nib. It's super fun. I love the magnetic closure lid. And it's got the sprung clip. Color-wise for ink going in here, I have no idea. So, let's pull some ink samples. I'm thinking green, but it's also got like dark grays. So we could put a dark gray. I almost thought that it might get Jane Austen, but I think Jane Austen is too purple. So there's our dark gray options. It might get Madder. Madder's got some green to it. Let's look at greens quick. See if any speak to me. Nope. No. 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 Nope. Ew. I think Sabi Midori is going in this pen. It feels like the right pen for that ink. Now I gotta go find that ink. All right, it's one of those rare times that I am inking up on camera from a sample vial because I actually don't own a bottle of Sabi Midori because I was sent a sample after it kept coming up in 20 questions episodes. So I believe this is from Sue Beck. I believe she's the person that actually ended up sending me a sample of it. And I keep meaning to buy a bottle of it, and I just haven't. So it's standard cartridge converter. I don't think it came with any cartridges. I think it just came with a converter, but that's totally okay. All right, let's set that down, cap this, and all right, so lovely. It's got a nice weight to it. Like, it's not, some of the Viscontis are really huge, and it's not a huge pen, but it still has a nice weight to it. I assume you can post it. You can. I don't like it posted. Oh, writes reverse quite nicely. I've had a whole bunch of really nice medium nibs lately. Oh, now I have to spell Sabi Midori. Which, you know, let's hope I spelled it correctly on the swatch card. I love. Let's try it on this paper. Super pretty. I can't believe how much I like medium nibs currently. I thought I might get Kirk to potentially turn this into a mini stub because I've been really loving my Esterbrook Esty mini stub. But this medium nib is really solid. So we'll see if I still feel the same way when Chicago happens in a couple months. For now, though, it's a very solid medium nib. I'm going to greatly enjoy playing around with this paper because I've also got a full journal that's the exact same paper. And there's a whole bunch of new Montblanc inks to put in some pens. So thank you so much, Claire. I greatly enjoy the pen and the inks and the journal and the waffles. They've been very tasty. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have a Visconti. If so, what was your first Visconti? If you don't, which Visconti would you love to own someday? There are definitely some of the higher end ones. I think it's called Iris Garden. I saw it at Atlas a few months ago that I would really love to own someday. They also have some cool double vac or power vac demonstrators that I think are super neat. But overall. This is a really solid pen, and I really like it, and I'm excited to play around with it some more. So, I hope you enjoyed and have a good day.